This is Drosera falconeri, and it's an absolutely fantastic Petiolaris Sundew, which I really enjoy due to its structure that closely resembles a few tuberous sundew species. And it's also been compared to the Venus flytrap because its petioles are also very homologous to the Venus flytrap petioles. But that being said, Drosera regia is actually a bit more closely related to the Venus flytrap than is this species. And here I've just got a penny for size reference, but you can see it's about the size of a quarter, and unfortunately the plant originally was quite larger than this, and each leaf was about the size of the plant that you see here. So I wish that I had a bigger specimen to show you, but after the course of 2 years of neglecting this plant, I'm actually lucky that this species is still alive for me. I originally didn't provide any additional heat or humidity for it and just grew it on the tray method with the rest of my sundews. But during the winter months, the temperatures drop around in the 60-degree Fahrenheit range, which is way too low for this species. And while the summers were okay for them, it really seems that the Petiolaris sundews love temperature range of 85 degrees to 100 degrees Fahrenheit or even higher than that, especially with bright, intense lighting and high humidity. So after finally obtaining a few more Petiolaris sundew species that you can see here, Drosera lanata and Drosera ordensis, to the left and the right respectively, you can see that I've made a nice little setup here in a small shoebox container in which I've provided warmer temperatures and higher humidity and bright lighting, and you can see that the plant is finally looking really nice and is doing up with that vibrant red coloration that I really like to see on this species. And as far as dormancy is concerned, when I had lower temperatures around the 60 degree Fahrenheit temperature range during the day, I definitely saw that the growth really started to shrink and the leaves became much smaller. I don't think it fully went dormant because when it does go completely dormant, you'll notice that the plant will pretty much completely die back to a resting bud that's actually underneath the ground, so that allows it to survive very hot temperatures and extremely dry conditions, which it experiences occasionally in some locations in nature. And just to mention a few propagation techniques, firstly, leaf pullings work quite well, and all you have to do is provide them with warm temperatures in the 85 to 100 degree Fahrenheit temperature range, preferably the warmer the better, and give them very bright light intensity, which will encourage striking to happen in a very short amount of time. Then from there you'll just need to feed the plantlets as frequently as you possibly can to get them to size up in a reasonable amount of time. If you're looking to obtain seeds, you'll have to cross-pollinate with a genetically different plant, so you can't use those plants you've grown from the mother plant via leaf pullings. You'll have to actually get a genetically different plant. And otherwise you can make cross-pollinations with different species of Petiolaris sundews, such as Drosera paradoxa, for example. So that is why seeds are a bit harder to obtain from this species. One last method of propagation that works quite well is divisions, and this is encouraged in a long fiber sphagnum based medium, which I'm not doing right now, but it allows the plant to spread out more easily. And to obtain this plant, unfortunately, it's a bit harder, so you may have to go through AG3 or a few companies, but a few growers on the forums also have this plant available that have been able to propagate it quite well. So I wish you best of luck in finding it if you're looking to obtain it, and I hope you learned a little about the species. That's Drosera falconeri.